Welcome to the deep dive. Today, our mission takes us somewhere really dramatic, a place where nature's extremes and human ingenuity have, well, they've basically teamed up, created something extraordinary in wine. We're talking Pantelleria.
Yeah.
You might know it as the black pearl of the Mediterranean. We got some fascinating sources here. And this deep dive, it's really your shortcut to understanding how this island, literally born of fire, shaped wines that are unlike anything else. Okay, let's get into this. It's quite a story. So maybe paint a picture for us. Where exactly is Pantelleria? It sounds so remote.
It really is quite something. Imagine this dramatic volcanic island just jutting out of the sea, right in the Sicily Channel, sort of strategically placed between Europe and Africa. And it looks volcanic, very rugged. You see old craters, fumaroles, still puffing out steam and gas.
Wow.
And just dark rock formations everywhere. It feels ancient, you know.
And that volcanic nature, it's not just scenery, is it?
Not at all. That's the key insight, really. It's fiery origin. It's geological dynamism that directly feeds into the wines. It gives them this incredible complexity, this depth. The island's very birth shapes its character, and you can taste it. It shows how adversity can become this huge advantage.
Right, and it's not just geology, it's deep human history, too. Viticulture going back to the Bronze Age, that's incredible.
Millennia. And the island was this melting pot. Each group left its mark. You had the Phoenicians around the 8th century BC. Great sailors, great traders. They brought advanced farming techniques, maybe even new grape types suited for that climate.
Okay.
Then the Romans, they saw the potential consolidated things. But the Arabs, from the 9th century on, they really changed the game.
How so?
Well, they introduced Zibibbo. The name itself comes from Arabic zebi, meaning raisin.
Ah, interesting.
And they improved irrigation, developed the terrace cultivation, those famous Pantesco's gardens with the dry stone walls you still see everywhere.
So this tradition, how did it survive? I mean, isolation, extreme conditions. It must have been incredibly tough for the Pantici, the inhabitants.
Oh, absolutely. It's a story of pure resilience.
Yeah.
Sheer tenacity.
Their passion kept it going.
Exactly, that enduring passion. And we have to talk about the soil itself. It's mainly basaltic, lots of pumice, lava, volcanic tuff, very dark.
And that dark volcanic soil, what does it do for the vines?
It's kind of paradoxical. It drains incredibly well, which is vital when rain is scarce.
Right.
But it's also porous deeper down, so it holds on to water, which is a lifesaver in droughts.
Yeah.
And it's packed with minerals from all that volcanic activity.
Okay, so minerals, what does that translate to in the glass?
You get this really distinctive minerality. Think flint, sometimes a subtle saltiness, and this amazing vibrant freshness. It's crucial for balancing the sweetness in the pasito. Keeps it from being heavy, gives it that clean finish. It's foundational.
And then there's the climate. Extreme Mediterranean, you said, especially the winds.
Oh, the winds are huge. You got the Scirocco, hot and dry from the Sahara, and the Mistral, cold and sharp from the north. They're relentless.
Sounds like a nightmare for grape growing.
You'd think so, but they're actually essential. They constantly ventilate the vines, keeping fungal diseases away, which is tricky with the humidity sometimes.
Okay, ventilation, that makes sense.
And they help dry the grapes on the vine naturally, concentrating the sugars and flavors. They're collaborators, really.
So intense sun, hardly any rain, constant wind. How do the vines actually cope? It seems impossible.
It's all about adaptation.
Yeah.
They grow these incredibly deep roots, searching for water.
Right.
And the island's topography helps too. It's all hills and valleys, steep slopes, creates loads of little microclimates.
Oh, so different spots ripen differently.
Exactly. It adds to the diversity you find in the wines. It's like a patchwork quilt of tiny, unique vineyards.
And the start of this whole show, the grape that embodies all this, Zibibbo, Muscat of Alexandria.
That's the one. The queen of Pantelleria. The island's liquid soul, you could say.
So what makes Zibibbo so special here?
Its adaptation is just remarkable. If you look at the vine itself, ampelography, that's the term.
Okay.
It has these sturdy bunches and, crucially, really thick skins. That skin is like natural armor. Protects against the sun, the drying winds, the salt spray.
Yeah, protection.
And it adds to the wine structure, the tannins, the aromatics. Plus, its growing cycle is perfectly tuned. Early budding, then slow, steady ripening. That long hang time builds up sugars but keeps the acidity and develops this incredible aromatic profile: citrus, apricot, honey, flowers, sometimes even a hint of sea breeze.
Wow.
So Zibibbo doesn't just survive here, It thrives. It evolved to perfectly express this specific challenging place.
And are there other grapes, or is it just
The
Zibibbo?
Zibibbo is definitely king, gets all the fame.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do grow a bit of Catarrotto and Inzolia, mostly for dry whites. Add a little something else to the mix.
But Zibibbo's the main story.
Absolutely. It defines Pantelleria wine globally. Which brings us to how they actually grow it, this heroic viticulture, especially the Albarello Piantesco.
Right, the bush vine. Tell us about that.
It's fascinating. They prune the vines meticulously, training them to grow super low to the ground like a small bush with no trellising.
Why so low?
It's a direct response to the conditions. Creates natural shade for the grape bunches, protecting them from that intense sun, minimizes wind damage too, and it benefits from the heat radiating off the dark volcanic soil at night, helps ripen the grapes perfectly.
That's ingenious, ancient ingenuity.
It really is, and it's so important culturally that UNESCO recognized it in 2014. Intangible cultural heritage.
Wow, UNESCO for a pruning method.
Well, it's more than just a method. It's honoring this deep living connection between the people, the land, and these ancestral practices.
And the vineyards themselves, those terraces with the dry stone walls, the Moretti a secco.
Incredible structures, built by hand, stone by stone, no mortar. They shape the landscape.
What's their purpose? Just holding up the terraces.
That, yes, prevent erosion on the slopes. But they also create microclimates, absorbing heat during the day and releasing it slowly. And they shield the vines from the wind.
Amazing. It must be backbreaking work, though, building those walls, tending those low vines on steep slopes.
Totally. It's all manual. Pruning, managing the leaves, harvesting by hand, often in multiple passes because the vines are spread out and ripen unevenly. Truly heroic effort.
You can almost feel the history, the effort.
Definitely. And they face challenges, breaking up rocky soil, the constant water scarcity they rely on, rain and dew, basically, protecting vines from wildlife.
Yeah, it sounds incredibly sustainable, too.
That's the beauty of it. Minimal irrigation, very low ecological footprint. Many growers are organic or biodynamic. There's this deep respect for the ecosystem built right in its harmony.
And the ultimate expression of all this effort in this unique place, Pasito di Pantelleria, the golden elixir you called it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It really captures the essence of the island. Producing it is an art form in itself.
Take us through it. How do they make it?
It starts with selection. They pick the Zibibbo grapes in stages, multiple passes, tries. They call them only taking the perfectly ripe bunches each time. Then comes the appassimento. The grapes are laid out carefully on drying mats, the stenitoi, often shielded by those stone walls. They bake in the sun, dry in the wind, for 2 to 4 weeks.
Losing half their water, you said.
Up to 50%, yeah. It massively concentrates the sugars, the acids, all the aromatic compounds. They shrivel up into these intense golden raisins.
And then, how do you get wine from raisins, basically?
Very gently, they press these shriveled grapes carefully. What comes out is this incredibly sweet, viscous must.
It must be hard to ferment something that sweet.
It is tricky. Fermentation is slow, needs careful temperature control so it doesn't stop. It's a waiting game.
Right.
Then aging. Some use stainless steel to keep it fresh and bright. Others use oak barrels for more complexity, those toasty notes, or richer texture. Depends on the style they're aiming for.
Yeah.
But Pasito isn't the only thing they do is Zibibbo, right?
No, exactly. That's what's exciting now. Dry Zibibbo is really making waves.
It's unexpectedly versatile. Fresh, mineral, really vibrant. You get orange blossom, peach, apricot, those lovely Mediterranean herbs.
And that salty note.
Definitely. That distinct saline mineral edge from the soil and the sea breeze is fantastic.
It's sparkling, too.
Yeah, that's emerging. Captures the freshness and aromatics in bubbly form. Great aperitif.
So the Incurologist, the winemaker, their role must be crucial here, balancing ancient ways with modern techniques.
They're all like conductors, aren't they?
Yeah.
They need to understand the terroir, the old vines, the Albarello system, but also use modern science in the cellar to really let the island's soul shine through, whether it's in that rich pasito or a crisp dry white. It's a real balancing act.
And protecting all this, that's where the DOCs come in. Denominazione di Origine Controllata.
Absolutely vital. Pasito di Pantelleria DOC, Zibibbo di Pantelleria DOC. They do two main things. First, protect the name Pantelleria so you don't get knockoffs. Second, they guarantee quality and typicity. There are strict rules, 100% Zibibbo from the defined area, the traditional drying process, minimal sugar levels, aging requirements for pasito. It ensures authenticity.
So for you listening, that DOC label is your guarantee, right? You know you're getting the real deal.
Exactly. It's a seal of quality. And it helps position pasito alongside other great world dessert wines. Sauternes, Tokaji.
And it helps the island, too.
Massively. supports enotourism, creates jobs, helps preserve that unique landscape and farming heritage. It's a virtuous circle.
Okay, let's talk taste. If you pour a glass of Pasito, what hits you?
Visually, it's stunning. Intense gold, maybe deepening to amber or copper. Looks rich on the nose.
Yeah.
It's opulent. Dried apricots, figs, dates, raisins, honey, candied orange peel, toasted almonds.
Complex.
Oh, yeah. Sweet spices, too, like saffron, cinnamon, and always that little hint of salinity, that mineral touch underneath.
And on the palate, is it just super sweet?
It's sweet, yes, rich and opulent. But the magic is the balance. It has this vibrant acidity, surprising freshness that cuts through the sweetness, silky texture, full body, and the finish just goes on. And it ages beautifully, developing notes like coffee, chocolate, tobacco over decades.
Decades. Amazing. And the dry Zibibbo. Completely different, I assume.
Totally different vibe. Much more exuberant, aromatically white flowers like orange blossom, jasmine, bright citrus like lemon and grapefruit. Those Mediterranean herbs again, thyme, rosemary.
And minerality.
Very distinct mineral notes. Whetstone, maybe iodine. On the palate, it's dry, crisp, lively acidity, really refreshing. That minerality comes through strongly with a clean, almost salty finish. Makes you want another sip.
So, pairings, what stands out to you? What would you eat with these?
Well, for Pasito, the classics work wonders. Sicilian desserts, cassata, cannoli, are a natural fit. Also, intense blue cheeses, gorgonzola, roquefort. The saltiness contrasts beautifully with the sweetness. Foie gras is traditional too, or even just a piece of really good dark chocolate.
Nice. And the dry Zibibbo?
Think fresh Mediterranean food, grilled fish, seafood ceviche, tuna tartare, salads, especially with goat cheese, light pasta dishes, grilled vegetables.
Just on its own.
Absolutely. It's a fantastic aperitif. Serve it chilled, maybe 8-10 Celsius. Pasito a bit warmer, 12-14.
Good tips. And visiting Pantelleria, it's not just about tasting, is it? The enotourism sounds incredible.
It really completes the picture. Visiting wineries, often built right into the volcanic rock, seeing the Albarolo vines up close.
Getting your hands dirty, mate?
Well, maybe not that dirty, but you really understand the effort. And then there's the food culture. The capers are famous, the olive oil, fresh fish, exploring the dam, using those traditional stone houses. It's immersive.
You feel connected.
Exactly. And that tourism is so important for the local economy. It helps keep these traditions alive, preserves the landscape. It feeds back into the whole system.
But looking ahead, what are the big challenges? It can't all be smooth sailing.
No, definitely not. Environmental sustainability is ongoing, managing scarce water, reducing chemical inputs. Preserving the Albarolo heritage is key, passing that knowledge to younger generations.
Which must be hard.
It is. And then there's climate change, adapting to potentially hotter, drier conditions, maybe finding new grape varieties or different planting sites.
But they've been adapting for millennia, haven't they?
That's the thing. The resilience here is astounding. The passion runs so deep, it's just a bright future, despite the hurdles. The question really is, how does this island, forged in fire, shaped by wind, continue to adapt and thrive in our changing world while holding on to its unique liquid history?
What an incredible deep dive. Pantelleria. It really is extraordinary. From volcanic origins through millennia of history, the Albarello, the Appassimento, culminating in these amazing wines. So here's something to think about. How can a place that seems so harsh, so inhospitable, become the source of something so refined and celebrated worldwide? What does Pantelleria teach us really about resilience, about craftsmanship, and about that profound, unbreakable bond between people and the land they cultivate?